Your cruise director, Mr. Rob Boyd.
I'm coming to you down a dusty road. Good loving, I got a truckload. And when you get, you've got something. So don't you worry, 'cause I'm coming. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul guys. Sorry guys. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I just wanted to let you know I can't do this. I can't. So thanks. Good night. Take care. Now, I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I do get a little bit upset when I look out into the audience and I see people with fingers in their ears. Was it too much? Is it too? The hair is blowing back. Your glasses have shattered. Was it just too much to start off with? Do you want to bring it down a notch? Mellow it out for you a bit? He's sitting there going. You know, I mean, because obviously it was a bit too much to start off with. So, you know, I can bring it down for you. I can take it down and I make it a little bit. Roger, can we, this gentleman here, can we just make it just a little bit more mellower for him, something like that? How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace? When I stand here taking every breath with you, ooh, you're the only one who really knew me. Oh, move your bloody legs, move out the way. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we've shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. Move your bloody legs. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. 'Cause thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So as I said, I'm originally from Chicago. Has anybody actually ever been to Chicago? I mean, other than the airport. Because I'm having a conversation with a lot of passengers. Oh, we've been to Chicago. Really? What do you think of it? Oh, we only saw the airport. Because we were on our way to Las Vegas. So it was just like skip, hopping, skipping, and jumping. Yeah, 4 hours in the airport. That preaching, my son, you go ahead. So, 4 hours in O'Hare, you must have been bored. I feel like Ronnie Corbett sitting up here. Well, what I do is I just tell interesting stories, and if you find them interesting, you find them humorous, then absolutely fabulous. And all of them are true, and they're mostly about my family. Because here it is, it's Christmas time. A lot of the families are on board the Oceana right now, and you know, it's a great time to actually be together. And well, a lot of the officers on board, they've brought some of their family on board to share the season with and everything like that. And a couple of the chefs were asking me, Rob, why didn't you talk about your mom all the time? Why didn't you bring her on board the ship for Christmas? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you right now, if my mother came on board this ship, I would have to leave. Because has anyone here ever seen Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy? That's my mother. Seriously, I just did Under the Boardwalk. My mother would have been sitting in the middle of the crowd going, that's my baby, that's my child. That's my baby, he came out my womb, that's my child. That is what my mother would do. She would embarrass me to... According to the big clock on the wall, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to say goodbye and good night. So it's time for me to go. Before I do go, ladies and gentlemen, there are a couple of things I just want to mention. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I've had the opportunity during the course of this cruise to walk around the decks and walk around the different venues on board and chat with some of the passengers on board. I've realized during the course of this past 13, 14 days that some of you are absolute geniuses. Seriously, I've talked to passengers just went, wow, whoa, some of you got it right up there in the Capesa. Some of you are as thick as 2 planks. And I'm not going to point you out, I'm not going to say who you are. I just know one passenger came up to me at the beginning of the cruise and wanted to know if the crew actually lived on board. Now, I told him no. Okay, I just said, we're flown in every single morning, 3 o'clock, by Chinook helicopter, okay? Now, he actually said to me, no wonder it's so noisy at 3 o'clock in the morning. because the crew changeover. Another passenger wanted to know, does the ship generate its own electricity? Now, I said no. I said there's a large flex on the back of the ship. When we left Barbados, we played the line out, you know. And after we leave Grenada day after tomorrow, we're gonna be reeling that bad boy in, okay? The lights go out on the ship is because the plug came out on the other end, okay? And one passenger, this happened just today in Curacao, as we're getting ready to sail. There's a guy downstairs arguing with security. You guys have got these little teeny tiny like camcorders and little teeny tiny digital cameras and everything like that. This guy has got a Channel 2 news camera like mounted on his shoulder, arguing with the security guard because it's time to pull the gangway in. He goes, no, I want to stand on the quayside and video the ship as it sails away. Like, we're gonna come back and get him. I don't think so. And this happened day before yesterday. I'm standing outside Starlights and one passenger comes by. She says, excuse me, can you tell me where the photo gallery is? And I said, just around the corner, right here. The Starlights here, photo gallery is right there. I said, they open at about 6 o'clock and then that's when they put all the photos on display. She said, thank you very much. Took 2 steps, stopped, turned around and said, how will I know which photo is mine? I told her, go to the cabin, get a passport, come back, and compare the photo and a passport to all the photos on display. The ones that match, that's yours, okay? And then on Barbados Day, embarkation day in Barbados, everybody's tired, everybody's knackered. I'm having a conversation with 2 passengers, right? Having a talk with them. All of a sudden, the lifts on deck number 5, just in the atrium area, opens up and one woman steps out like this. Goes back in the lift doors closed. I'm still having a conversation with these 2 passengers, right? 3 minutes later, lifts come back down, same woman comes out of the lifts like, turns, goes back in the lift doors closing. I finished the conversation with these 2 passengers, but I'm waiting. Because I can see the numbers on the dial, and I just know she's coming back down. Sure enough, 2 minutes later, doors open, and she's fuming at this point. So I've got to ask, you know, I go, excuse me, I'm Rob, I'm the cruise director on board. You look a bit lost.
Yes, I want to know, can I get to the other end of the ship from this lift?
This is not the Starship Enterprise, all right? This is not Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, all right? It's a lift. So I just put her on my back, took her where she needed to go, right? And then 2 days ago, I had one passenger come up to me, and it wasn't really a strange question or anything like that. It was a sensible question. I just didn't know how to answer him. He just wanted to know, was the water in the toilet, was it fresh water or seawater? Now, I have not personally tasted it myself to be able to tell you whether it is. I told him, you find out, let me know. Take you down to the medical center and have you examined physically and mentally. Now, I know for a fact that there's at least 50 of you in this room going, you know, I was wondering that myself, Rob. And I know at least one of you is going to go back to your cabin tonight and go, don't. He saved you the trouble, just don't bother. Anyway, I have to say, to let everybody know that I saved the last song of the evening, which I'm about to do. Last song of the evening is always dedicated to the crew on board the Oceana, and I'll explain to you why, because the song has such significance for the crew. You guys come away, you come away for 15 days, and you enjoy your Christmas and you have a good time, and the crew on board the ship, like Roger and the orchestra, they come on board for like 4 or 5 months. I come on board for like 4 or 5 months, and then we go home to our friends and our family. But a lot of the crew, the majority of your crew on board the ship, your bar staff, your waiting staff, your housekeeping staff, your cabin stewards, all of them, even the galley staff, all of these people, they come on board for like 15, 17, 20, 24-month contracts. That's like 2 years away from your families, away from your friends, away from your... I mean, think about it, ladies. How would you feel if your husband kissed you goodbye in the morning and go to work and then didn't come home for 2 years? As long as he sends his paycheck home, I'm happy. You laugh, ladies. There's a couple men in this room just going, that's not a bad idea either. You know, but